This upcoming race will be quite ridiculous. But it was still fun, even though there was a lot of carnage going on. So welcome back to HD Racing, to the touring cars for a change again. And I'm gonna show you a car that I haven't shown on the channel before. It's the 2020 Hyundai Veloster N. A quite fun car, I have to say. And I'm of course gonna show you, as always, a full hot lap and share the full tune that I made for this car. But first we need to take a look at this race at Laguna Seca short variant, because it was really ridiculous and fun at the same time. So yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy this one as we're getting started here. Since I started from the midfield, I was really scared about turn 1, and for good reason, as you'll be able to see. I don't think I'll be even able to comment on everything that's going on here, but you can see people going wide, people in the wall, people almost flipping, myself in the right wall, in the left wall, and we're still going. For some reason we actually survived and are still going, and only lost a couple of places. And the fun doesn't end here, because you can already see there are people off track on the right, at least 3 people in the gravel, rejoining right now, 2 in front, but we are a little bit faster, so we get at least 1 additional position here. And the corkscrew is always a dangerous place. If you get bumped from behind, you can easily get pushed into the barrier, but so far so good. We are still going, and well, this was a very eventful first lap, and it's not over yet. As we're turning into the penultimate turn. I have someone on my outside. I think I left enough space. Really hard to tell once again, but it was okay. And since I see someone sideways in front, I'm like, okay, let's take a very wide line. And he's getting pushed even wider, so I decide to just take the very outside line off the track and going onto the main straight. Now I have people 3 wide in front, and 1 car drops out and another one joins in, and again 3 wide into what I would call turn 1 for this one. I really brake a lot, someone else doesn't, and well, cuts in front of me, and then we have this other car that spins in front, and I completely ram into him, but there was nothing that I could do. And this is one of the instances where I'm really happy that Forza Motorsport multiplayer lobbies do not have damage enabled, because my car would be wrecked by now. But since there is no damage, we are still going, and actually in P12 and still alive, still going, so I was happy and actually surprised by this one. And the fun doesn't end here, as you were able to see. Take a look at the car in front, or one of the other ones, taking that sign, and nice assist and goal, I guess. I don't know, was there a goal? It's kind of ridiculous sometimes with like props flying around and you're basically getting to hit them and they just fly off into the distance. It was kind of ridiculous. I saw that in the moment, but looking at it again from the replay or just from the video recording here was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, as I said, the fun doesn't end here. We are still going. This is only 7 laps, and there was so much going on that this race had more action than a lot of other races that I've had combined. And you can see 1 guy in front spinning once again. I tried to avoid, because I didn't really know what was going on. I maybe should have pushed the brake a little earlier, but I'm a little bit too late, and since I avoided to the right, I did dip 1 wheel into the gravel. And then I was really stuck there, as you were able to see. It was kind of difficult to get out of that. That's the bad thing about Laguna Seca. If you, at least at that place, go off track, and a lot of other places are similar there as well, it's really difficult to get out, and that really cost me a lot of time. By the way, did hit another sign that was pushed in front of me. But yeah, we did drop quite a few places now in P15. So yeah, could have gone better, but yeah, at least we survived that, because you saw the car spinning in front there that I then at least managed to avoid by going a little bit to the right. What happened afterwards was a little bit unfortunate, but well, what can you do? Well, now we're gonna have a little bit of a scrap with this Audi in front, and going into turn 1 here, I definitely in the race always took it quite safe and did brake at least a little bit and lifted. In qualifying, I usually just lift there and will try to take that corner as fast as possible, but in a race situation, you can't. Well, you can, but it's really dangerous. And here, by the way, almost going onto into the gravel once again. I was really struggling a little bit, but yeah, as I said before, in a race you really need to take care on this track, especially when cars are so close together, and you can see the Audi in front struggling heavily, going sideways. I'm surprised that he managed to catch that. Normally when I get so much sideways, I just lose the car. But, well, touring cars are a little bit more forgiving here than GT cars are, which is also why I think touring cars can be a lot of fun in Forza Motorsport. I've talked about that I don't really enjoy GT racing on Forza at the moment because of how the lobbies are, and I myself take it a little bit more seriously and want to have clean racing in that, and it's really difficult to get that right now. But in touring cars, I'm totally fine with a little bit more chaotic racing and, well, more bumping going on. I think there was a little bit too much in this race, but yeah, I can definitely deal with it a little bit more. You can see 2 more people off track here and 1 really deep in the gravel. He's gonna have a hard time getting out of that once again. But, well, even getting the other one here because he did have to slow down, or was slowed down by the gravel. And a nice maneuver here, taking a little bit of a, well, steeper line into the corkscrew. I managed to get by the yellow, was it an Audi? I'm not quite sure. Really flying by quite quickly. So we are up in P12. And, well, as I said, only 7 laps this race. It's just a short race, but the amount of things happening in this one, I really never had any just hot lapping in this one where I just was on my own and could just drive. Well, a little bit here towards the end, but you were able to see the first couple of laps was really ridiculous and difficult to even stay alive. And that we managed to do that is somewhat of a miracle. But yeah, as I said before, the touring cars for me are, well, a lot more forgiving in terms of, well, if you do lose control on your own, or if you maybe get hit a little bit, it's a little bit easier to correct, and you can, at least more often than in GT cars, get control back of your car and still keep going. In GTs, if you get hit a little bit or if you make a mistake, it's really easy to spin the car, and then, well, you may get hit again, and, well, it's definitely way more detrimental in GT cars, in my opinion. And yes, touring cars are more forgiving, both in terms of just the driving itself and then also with contact. I think it lends itself a little bit more to the more rough and, well, not very clean racing that we have at the moment in Forza Motorsport. So yeah, I think I might do the touring cars more, and also maybe do a little bit more in the other spec series, the rotating ones, when there's something interesting to me, and maybe also get back into doing some open class lobbies. We'll see. By the way, there was once again someone in the gravel. Don't know if there was any incident that led to that, or if he was just making a mistake and going there on his own. But, well, we are in the last lap already. This race went by so quickly because of all that was going on here. But we are actually in P10 here, which is, from all that was happening and where we started, I think quite a good position to be in. Not quite managing to catch back up to the Audi in front. Maybe could have had a crack at him if we had a little bit longer of a race still ahead, but it's totally fine. So yeah, we'll see what we do in the future in terms of maybe doing more touring cars or some other lobbies, but I think I will stay away from the GTs, at least for a little bit, and maybe just do a couple of races if there are new cars to check out. But yeah, let's now take a look at the Hyundai Veloster a little bit more in a hot lap scenario. So as in the race, and also now here, this is the tuned variant. I'm not gonna show you the stock one. The stock touring cars are always super understeery and not very fast because of the aero setup. You don't need any rear wing in most of the touring cars, so well, the stock setup is just not very good, and you can get a lot of lap time and also a better behaved car by just tuning it to, well, a little bit more of an aggressive setup, and that goes both for aerodynamics, the alignment. There's most of the time a lot of things to do there, and the differential. But we're gonna take a look at the full tune afterwards. But from driving it around Barcelona here, the car felt quite good. The touring cars, in my opinion, are way closer together in terms of their driving characteristics than the GT cars are. The GT cars have way more variety, but there are little differences in the different touring cars. The Hyundai didn't feel bad to me, but I felt like if it were coming down to, well, just a lap time comparison, I think the Hyundai Veloster N is a little bit slower than some of the other cars. I wasn't really able to go as fast as with the Audi or the MG or the Peugeot. Those were definitely faster. But still, I think if you like this car, you can make this work and have good racing in them. So definitely take it if you're interested. So taking a look here, the lap time is a 152.607, so not bad, but not amazing. But yeah, that's about that. And here is the full tune, and well, you can take a look and pause at any time as always. And I've included all the measurements also in Imperial, like I've done in the past videos where I included tunings, so everyone can, well, regardless of your settings in game, copy the settings here. The tune, of course, is also shared in game if you just want to take that, but if you want to make adjustments yourself, you can take the values here as a starting point and adjust it to your liking, basically. So that is the Hyundai Veloster N. As I said, a fun car that maybe isn't like the strongest from the touring cars, but it's a fun one, and if you like it, definitely give it a go, and you can have great racing in this car for sure. And well, with that, I just want to say, if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to do so. That would really help me out, as always. And yeah, that is everything that I wanted to show you here. So we are gonna be back both on ACC and on Forza Motorsport for more videos in the future. I hope I will see you there. I've been HD Racing. Thank you so much for watching.